Hey, what's up, guys? I just finished watching Joker Thursday night premiere. Um, just kind of want to give a few quick words on it. For me, it was okay. I would give it a C. Um, I cannot say it was great. I cannot say it was good or very good. I cannot say it was terrible or horrible. Uh, but it was just okay. It was in the middle for me. Now that may not be a popular opinion. I don't know how this movie's gonna play out. I know the reviews have been good. People have been anticipating this movie. Um, Me, I'm a big Batman guy, a DC guy. I was a '80s kid. Batman '89, and all the craziness around that. So Batman's been with me for a long time. Actually saw this movie in the same theater I saw Batman in back then as a kid. But I was not really anticipating this movie. I saw the trailer. First time I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was just it was okay. It didn't excite me. It didn't make me say wow. I can't wait till it comes out. I gotta go see that. And it was one of those movies that I was not really anticipating, but on Thursday, the day that it was coming out, I started feeling, like, I was getting kind of excited, kind of interested, couldn't wait to see it, waiting for it all day. Um, I think one of the reasons that I really was not super anticipating the movie is because the role of the Joker has kind of become a bit bastardized. For a long time, Jack Nicholson was a Joker, and that was it. Not counting the animated, uh, you know, Joker, um, Mark Hamill. But you know, it was Jack Nicholson, and that was it. Of course, then Heath Ledger came and he brought a different twist to it. With the kind of darkness and the psycho and all that. He did a very good job. And of course, then he passed. And then what's the guy named Jared Leto? Is that the guy's name who played in Suicide Squad? I have not seen that movie, so I cannot comment on what his version of Joker was like. So now we have a fourth Joker. As far as in my lifetime, a fourth guy. Joaquin Phoenix, who I do not see a lot of. Probably the movie of his that I really uh, saw and liked was that movie he did. It's been hell over 10 years ago now with Mark Wahlberg. I think it's called We Own the Night. That was a very good movie, and he was good in that movie. But I was not really anticipating this, man. But let me just go ahead and give kudos to Joaquin Phoenix, man. This was a hell of a performance from him in this movie. Hell, probably deserving of Oscar nomination, I would say, for what he had to, what I would say, put himself through, the mind state he had to be in, and uh, I mean, I think he did a great job, for what they wanted the Joker to be in this movie. So I give kudos to Joaquin Phoenix, man. Uh, he really did the Joker role well, and I can put him up there with a Nicholson and a Heath Ledger. So kudos to Joaquin Phoenix. Um, but yes, anybody who wants to see this movie, I say go out and see it for yourself. It's gonna be a hit or miss. For me, I kind of, it's kind of one of those movies that mess with your head a little bit. With the psycho nature of the Joker. Um, so it kind of messes with your mind a little bit. To me, it kind of tests your limits a little bit. And all that. So in a way, I was kind of waiting for it, glad that it was in it, Yeah, I think it's only like 2 hours and 2 minutes, but hell, it felt like it was more like 2.5 3 hours. It felt like a long movie. Um, but it was a good interpretation, a good story, I would say, of them telling what the Joker was about, how he came to be. A different spin than anything that I've seen in the past. All right. Um, so that was it. It was interesting how they did it, the way they did it. And I'm gonna kind of talk about it, go into detail with some things in a little bit. But for the non-spoiler part of the review, you know, I would say go see it for yourself. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a pretty big opening. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will go out to see it, see what it's about. I think it's gonna be mixed. People love it, people hate it. Uh, people in the middle on it. But I think that's it for the non-spoiler part. Now I'm gonna say some things that uh, kind of go in detail, things that I kind of liked and didn't like about the movie. All right, so if you don't want to be spoiled, you probably should end it here. All right. Now, this movie is, I think it is set in the 70s. I don't think it's the 60s. I think it's set in the 70s. And I'm not an expert on that time because I was not alive in that time. All right, but you can tell. I mean, they were so like hard up and into the time frame that even the credits for the movie are retro 70-ish. The Warner Brothers intro logo was like from yesteryear, like from probably the 70s. Um, all the music, I mean everything, the vehicles. That's how I could tell. In the beginning of the movie, from all the vehicles. It was set in the 70s, which I didn't know. I didn't look too deep into the movie, but it's set in the 70s. And it definitely has the retro look and feel to it, sound to it, everything about it. All right. And I kind of wonder if it was set in more modern times, would it have been better? Uh, Now, if it was set in modern times, he wouldn't have been able to get away with some of the shit that he was getting away with, but with use of cell phones and all this kind of stuff. But I wonder how the movie would have played out if it was set in modern times. But uh, man, it is the story of what he was and what he ultimately turned into was very uh, it was interesting and well done, I would say. Uh, like I said, it tests your limits, messes with your head, your tolerance and stuff. But you go through this kind of psycho journey with the guy. Um, you kind of see his viewpoint, and that's the purpose of the movie, to see his viewpoint, where he's coming from, how he came to be. Um, I will give them kudos on what they did with the Wayne family. I thought it was brilliant. I don't know if the story's been told like this before, with the comics or whatever. I don't know, but the way that they um, the way that they worked in the Wayne family, you know, uh, Bruce Wayne's dad, which I really had not ever seen him portrayed in anything before, except for when he gets killed and that's it. But to get some background on him, to see little Bruce, to see how the Joker interacts with little Bruce, to see how the Joker interacts with a younger Alfred, you know, all these kind of things, man, were very interesting and cool to see. Um, and it makes you kind of want to see how the story plays out as Bruce gets older, and as the Joker goes on. But um, you know, this is a spoiler. uh, they they like basically showed the Wayne family from the outside. It showed uh, how Thomas Wayne was a bit of an elitist, a bit of a snob, and kind of a a dislikable guy. Not this almighty, high and mighty type guy. You know, it shows that Bruce came from kind of privilege and snobbery. So that was interesting, man. The way that they spun that. Um, and then the Joker's mom, her character, what she was about, and then what ultimately we find out about her, and and what happened with the Joker's life as a child and all that. It was deep, man. It was deep. Um, and a bit disturbing and unsettling. Um, the the female, his neighbor, in the movie, who, I mean, what they did with that was really good too, and was a great twist. All right, I ain't gonna even say, uh, but this black chick in the movie, um, his love interest. All right, very interesting in what they did with that. How that played out. So, um, yeah. Uh, but and I was surprised. I didn't know that Robert De Niro was in this movie. That was I didn't know that, and that was a pleasant surprise in that character, and how that played out, and again highlighted the turmoil that Joker goes through. But the guy just kind of went after all the things that was happening, and the guy just he just changed, got worse, flipped or whatever. I mean, he was already psycho, but uh, the end of the movie, uh, uh, damn, I kind of don't even want to say the spoiler, but let's just say the Robert De Niro scene at the end. Um, I enjoyed that. I just enjoyed the way De Niro played that off. Um, you know, typical De Niro fashion, in my opinion. I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right. Um, and what else? The end of the movie. All right. I kind of had a problem with the way it ended. They went a little too far, man. And I'm just gonna say it. That end of the movie. You know, he was basically a nothing and nobody in the beginning of the movie, and then at the end of the movie, he was the man. Uh, and he's standing before his followers. That's where the movie should have ended. That's where the movie should have ended. But no, for some reason, they had a scene after that where he is, I guess, back at Arkham Asylum or wherever. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and it was just stupid, man. Like he was back in the hospital, and then I'm just gonna say it, all right. I'm just a spoiler part, but apparently he kills the doctor or whoever he talks to, all right. Because you can tell from from what's on his feet as he walks down the hall, all right. And then all of a sudden he's getting chased up and down the hall, side to side by some guys. And that's the way the movie ended. That was lame. That was lame, man. It should have ended with him in the streets, on top of the world, around his followers, man. It should have just went dark right there. And for some reason they did that shit, and that didn't make sense, all right. So the movie ended not on a high note, in my opinion. It should have ended in the streets with him on top of the world. All right. And then we could maybe look forward to the next chapter of whatever that would be. Uh, whether that's the ascension of Bruce Wayne as Batman, or whether it's another Joker story. Um, but really, I think that's it, guys. I think I touched on everything I wanted to comment on with this movie, but I think my favorite thing about the movie was the dynamic of being an outsider to the Wayne family, and the sort of elitist and snobbery of Thomas Wayne, and not really Bruce and his mom, but Thomas Wayne, who, I mean, was a bit of a prick, especially in the one-on-one scene that he has with the Joker, which you will see when you see the movie. All right. But I think that was probably the most enjoyable part for me. Um, Everything else, like I said, it was just okay. It didn't really blow me away. I'm not ranking this as one of the greatest movies of all time, or one of the best movies of the year. Not for me. Um, but it was okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't disappointing or terrible either. So I'm in the middle on it. But go out and see it for yourself, and I would like to know what you thought about it after you watch it. And if I missed anything, I'll leave a comment in the comment section. But again, let me give kudos to Joaquin Phoenix. He did a good job. He did a really good job as a Joker, man. Gotta give it up to the guy. Uh, you know, and the time period was an interesting choice for the movie. Um, and let me say, with it being set in a older period, it really was made like it was made back in that time period too. So it's gonna be kind of long lulls without any major events or action or happenings. It's basically a lot of storytelling. A lot of storytelling, small on action. Um, just high on story and drama. But you kind of almost want things to progress in like a more modern movie, but it's set in the older days, and they tell a story and film it like the older days. So don't expect a lot of action and shit like that, man. So they were hard up for that time period and in that setting. So that's what they gave us. But I think that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about the movie after you see it, and I will check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.